I was just mentioning to Mr. Joshi when I met him a few minutes ago that L&T is a unique company. It's not private sector because it is not owned by any family. It's not public sector because it's not owned by government. It is unique. It's actually owned by the people of India, so it's called a national sector. About 20% of the L&T shareholding is held by L&T employees. That's why L&T has unique character. Next. Philosophy of L&T is summed up by our chairman, Mr. A. Naik, who says that commitment, environment and society can go hand in hand with the business. Next. I think we have talked about this in the film. Next. I think this also I think film talked about. We can skip this. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. In India, we are present at our 25 locations. Out of that, about 10 are large campuses. Campus means we have factories, we have software development centers, then we have offices, training institutes. Large such 10 campuses we have, and about 19 to 20 large offices. Next one. We are a global company. Outside India, we present about 45 locations. In Middle East, in Far East, in Australia, in North America, in South America, and Europe, and some parts of Africa. I think this must be very familiar to you. Right? What is sustainability? Have you seen these definitions in the past 5 days? Yes, so I think I did not explain what sustainability is. There are many definitions, but most commonly shown definitions of sustainability are these two. If you ask me the first one, is what the concept of sustainability is. So I'll skip this slide. Next one. Why sustainability of late has become the buzzword in the world? For many reasons. Some of the reasons are, I think, all this you have seen, the droughts in the country and other parts of the world. We have floods, then a financial meltdown in Europe and America, then deforestation, oil spills, not only abroad, America and India also recently, then global warming. These are all the topics about which I think we have heard a lot, we have seen a lot on TV. Next. To sum up, what are the drivers of sustainability and sustainability reporting? Number one, I think, in the global context is the business ethics, transparency, climate change, and conservation of natural resources. We find, company like L&T finds, increasingly the investors and stakeholders in other part of the world like America and Europe, they demand from the company that your financial reports are not adequate to know what a company is. We all would like to know what company does, what is the track record of the company with respect to its non-financial performance, with the environment, with the society, with the economical. These are the stakeholders started demanding the company should disclose, be transparent. That is the reason why I think there is a need for companies to disclose and hence to report as well. Coming to India, we have certain special needs, special conditions, that we have a lot of social inequality in the country, inclusive development in India. I think we need to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. Energy is an important issue because we don't have, unlike many other countries, India, we are short of energy resources, whether it is coal or whether it is anything else. I think that is the reason it becomes more important for India than other countries in the world. Why sustainability and such reporting are relevant. Next. Now talk to the L&T's journey. Our journey was really kicked off in the year 2007. That is the time when L&T decided that we should publish, we should disclose in the public domain about L&T's sustainability initiatives, again called triple bottom line, economic, social, environmental. What we did was that we constituted the project, whole project we call Prithvi. Initiative was christened as Prithvi. Again, Prithvi means earth. We are all here to protect the earth and non-grow earth. So we call project was codenamed Project Prithvi in the month of March. We initiated. In the first year, in the year 2000, maybe for the year ended March 2008, that is, sorry, for the year ended 2007, we prepared a report. It was only internal report. We thought we need to learn. We don't know what is reporting. So we thought we will not take the risk of making the report public, we prepare internal report to circulate it only to people within L&T, so that we get experience of what a report is, how to report, and also get the reactions of our internal people, internal managers. So we kept it all internal. But the next year, the second year of our sustainability experience, for the year 2008, we published the report, put it in the public domain. In fact, I have brought CDs with me, and that is the report. First time L&T published its sustainability report in the year 2008. We released this report in the month of November 2008, with the theme of the report was building lives and building a nation. The report focused on how L&T was involved in creating jobs, increasing employability. That was the main theme of the report. The next year, the last year, the year ended March 2009. Okay, we released in the month of November 2009. The second report was published, and there we talked about how L&T coped with the economic and financial meltdown, recession, whole country, whole world went through recession. How L&T, because of initiative, successfully working the recession and came out of it unscathed. Next. Go back to previous slide. I also would like to mention that both the reports have received recognition from the stakeholders. Our first report, that is year report 2008, was adjudged as a 4th in the country and 17th in Asia. 200 companies in Asia were studied by Asian Sustainability Rating, and they rated various corporations. L&T was rated as number 4th in the country and 17th in Asia for its sustainability disclosures and transparency. Our next report, that is report for 2009, every 2 years, GRI holds Global Conference on Sustainability. The last one was held in the month of May 2010 in Amsterdam. There, readers all over the world were asked to choose the best reports in the world. And there, as per the reader's choice, L&T's report was the only report from Asia which figured at the runners-up. Okay. Next one. Okay, I think these all must be familiar to you. Let me test your knowledge. Can you tell me what is a core indicator? Can somebody answer? I think Aditi first day should have told you about this. Can somebody tell me what is a core indicator? Actually, we decided to publish a report. See, whenever you make a report has to be as per a format, as per a template, which is acceptable to your stakeholders all over the world. There are many forms of reporting. We have Global Compact is there, we have SA 8000, we have many others. Out of that, GRI, Global Reporting Initiative, is one such format available. Today, if anybody in the country has to report financial reporting, like you have to make balance sheet, profit and loss account, there is only one format, right? Am I right? Everybody has to make balance sheet, profit and loss account as per prescribed format. There is no choice. But for sustainable reporting as of now, today, there are many standards available, many options available, but L&T chose GRI because it is one of the most widely accepted forms of reporting all over the world. So when we decided to make, we deliberately chose this because when L&T makes the report in this format, our stakeholders can easily understand this because GRI format is known to many of the stakeholders. Are you with me in this? Okay, you can stop me in case you want to seek any clarification. Now, how do you make a report? When you talk about a report, there are many aspects of a business. The economic aspect, there is employment aspect, the energy aspect, you consume resources like your employment, there is there are lots of aspects of business are there. So basically it talks about, when you say indicator talks about aspect of a business. Okay. Now GRI has classified all these indicators into core. There are 49 aspects of a business, 49 indicators which apply to any business in the world. They are common. There are additional indicators, 30, which are not applicable to all businesses. Okay, for a construction business, construction industry like L&T, they will have some certain special and peculiar reasons. So these indicators additional are applicable to only certain sections of industry. So when a company makes a report, 49 indicators are applicable whether it is a hotel or whether it is a power company or whether it is a textile manufacturing company applied across 30 or industry specific, total there are 79 indicators. An industry or a company has an option. This is not mandatory that you report on all 79 indicators. You can choose to report 49, you will not report, you can report 10, 20, 30, it depends upon the comfort. Whole reporting is voluntary today. You want to make a report or not to make a report, voluntary. L&T has decided to make a report because we find there is certain advantages, there is certain benefits, so we decided. About that we'll talk about later. Having decided to report, how much to report, how much to disclose is left to you. That again depends on how confident you are to collect data from the organization. You must have data, you must be available. Secondly, how transparent you are. See, you have a lot of data, you may not be, all companies are, not all companies are in a position to disclose, because how can you can only disclose when you are clean, right? When everything is clean and there is nothing to hide. The companies which have something to hide, they will not be able to report all indicators, but again, whole reporting drives transparency. Okay, the companies who want to report everything, that means ethical organization. A company which is clean, nothing to hide, they will decide to report more indicators. Next. Now it's again a slide to show that depending upon the number of indicators you report, GRI gives a kind of rating for the report. If you report only on 10 core indicators, it's called C class. Okay, if you report on say 20 indicators, it's called B class. If you report all 49 indicators, which are core indicators, is called A. And when you make a report, you have an option to just make a report and circulate. But you can also get it assessed, you can also get it audited. I will use the word audited. That means some third party audits and confirms that whatever they reported is accurate and correct. So that a reader is confident that whatever he is reading is actually a data which is not a bogus data. So when you know assessed, the company can just talk whatever they want. They can say that they saved so much of energy, so much of water, but nobody knows. It becomes more like a public relations brochure. So to avoid that, companies also are asked to get it assessed. So depending on that, you get ratings. A plus is the highest rating. If you report on all core indicators and you get it assessed by third party auditor, A plus, both the reports have got this A plus rating. Next. And L&T happened to be the first company in the engineering construction segment to prepare such a report, and in the public domain, we are one of the 28 to 30 companies. Not many companies have, as per GRI format, as of now 28 to 30 companies have published a report. We are one of them, but only engineering construction company to make such a report. Next. I talked about this, that award what L&T has got for this. Next. I also talked about this earlier. Yes, next. Now let me talk about the structure we are creating within the company for driving sustainability in the organization. The whole thing is driven right from the topmost level. One of the directors of the company is made in charge of this whole project. That is, there is a buy-in for this from the board of directors. Who is the champion? The director in charge, we call him a champion of sustainability for the whole company. Coming to that, there is a corporate core team consisting of people from many corporate functions. A 15-member team consisting of very senior people like general managers, vice president, corporate functions such as